Yes, friends, we are studying on the numericals on the friction related problems. This is lecture number 3. To start with, I will take a simple problem. A body of mass 50 kg is kept. A body of mass 50 kg is kept on rough horizontal surface. Rough horizontal surface and a force with the coefficient of friction mu is equal to 0.25. Determine the force required to set the body in motion in the following cases. Case 1. Yes, he has given in case of the case 1, he has given the problem like this. This is what the horizontal surface. On the horizontal surface, a block is kept. The mass of the block he has given it is equal to 50 kg. Mass of the block is 50 kg. On this block he is applying a horizontal force and he is asking you to calculate the force, this minimum force F required to set the body in motion. He has given the coefficient of friction between the surface and the body is equal to 0.25 Newton. 0.25, right? So how you are going to attempt the problem in general, what I told you, how to attempt the problems related with the friction. First, you need to decide because of the applied force in what way the body may move. Mark the direction of the impending motion. Next step is mark the direction of the friction opposite to the direction of the possible motion. Next, you calculate the normal reaction by drawing the free body diagram of that particular block. Once the normal reaction is known, you can compute the frictional force is equal to normal reaction multiplied by the coefficient of friction. Then draw the free body diagram and whatever the unknowns is asking that you can compute. For example, in this particular case, is asking what is the force F required to set the body in motion like this. Is it all right? So first what you are doing is the body has got a tendency to move like this. This is the direction of impending motion. If at all this is the force, in what way the body moves? The body will move like this. Once the motion of the body is known to you, you can mark the frictional resistance which is tangential to the surface. Right? This is what the frictional resistance which we are denoting it as the Fr. And this Fr is equal to mu multiplied by the normal reaction. Fr is equal to mu multiplied by normal reaction, where normal reaction is the reactive force acting perpendicular to the surface. This angle must be 90 degree. So this, if I draw the free body diagram, can you imagine how the free body diagram may appear? Yes, just see carefully here, as this happens to be the first problem. See carefully how the free body diagram appears. Yes, here this is what the block is, On the block, you are applying a force is equal to F1. You are removing the surface. On the surface, one force acting perpendicular to the surface, that we are calling it as the normal reaction. And the weight of the body is acting in the downward direction, that is equal to mass multiplied by acceleration due to gravity. Mass is given as 50 multiplied by acceleration due to gravity is 9.81. That is the self weight of the block. As the frictional resistance is there, the frictional resistance will act perpendicular, tangential to the surface, and that frictional resistive force is proportional to the normal reaction N1 and is given by mu into N1. Yes, this is what the free body diagram, FBD of the block. Once if you have drawn the FBD, the rest of the process is very easy for you. Yes, apply the equations of equilibrium. In this FBD, what he is asking, what is the force F needed to set the body in motion? Is it all right? If you see the overall figure, how many unknowns are there? One is the F1, that is the F needed for us, and other one is the N1. Instead of marking it as simply N, which may confuse with the unit force, I have marked it as the N1. Is it all right? So the two unknowns are there, the two equations of equilibrium are there, hence you can find the solution to the problem. Apply the equations of equilibrium to the body. Yes, first you go for total of the vertical force. Usually in this equilibrium chapter, frictional chapter, you are applying the equation. First equation that you are considering is the force perpendicular to the surface is equal to 0. Normal force is equal to 0. So that you will get the value of normal reaction. Once the normal reaction is known, you can get the value of the frictional resistance, hence the value of F1. Just see here, the first equation is the total of the force in upward direction taken positive equal to 0. Total of the force in upward direction taken positive equal to 0. What are the force acting in the upward direction or in the vertical direction? One is the N1, that is N1 is going upward, that is why it is positive, and second one is the 50 into 9.81 coming down, minus 50 into 9.81. Yes, the solve for this one, we will get the value of N1 is equal to 50 into 9.81, right? So I got the value of N1. Immediately after calculating the value of N1, you calculate the value of FR1. What is the frictional resistance FR? Frictional resistance. FR is equal to coefficient of friction mu multiplied by N1. Yes, this is the coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction. Right? So he has given you the coefficient of friction between the surface and the body as 0.25 multiplied by N1 is 50 into 9.81. This is what the frictional resistance acting on the body. Yes, friends, I got the frictional resistance, I got all the forces. So one more equation is left out with me. Can you tell me what may be that particular equation? That is nothing but the total of horizontal forces is equal to 0. Total of the forces in x direction or the horizontal direction taken positive equal to 0. Yes, what all the forces are there in the horizontal direction? Just see here. F1 is going like this towards the right, that is why I am taking it as positive, and FR is going like this, negative, minus FR. Simplify it, you will get the force F1 is equal to FR, and already you know the value of FR. FR is equal to, yes, what is the value of FR? The value of FR comes out to be, if you simplify it, the value of FR comes out to be 122.62. 122.62. 0.62. Therefore, the value of F1 is equal to 122.62 Newton. Therefore, I got the first answer. Case 1. If the block is kept on a horizontal surface and the force is acting in horizontal direction, that time to overcome the friction or to set the body in motion, I need to apply a minimum force is equal to 122.62. Is that okay? Now, we shall see the second case, which will give us an idea of how exactly the role of the friction, how it will be useful for us. Yes, the case 2. The same body, means the body of mass is equal to 50 kg. Body of mass is equal to 50 kg. Yes, mass is equal to 50 kg. Same body is resting on the same surface. But now he is applying the force. Instead of applying it in the horizontal direction, he is applying it in the inclined direction, and that too he is applying on the body like this. And this inclination is 45. He is asking you what is the value of F2. Means this problem is different, this problem is different. In this problem, he is asking you what is the value of F1 needed to set this particular body in motion if he is applying the force like this. In this case, instead of applying the force like this, he is applying the force like this. In this case, is the force needed to set the body in motion is same or different? That we need to study. Is it all right? So what I told you how you can solve the problem. First step is mark the direction of motion, in what way this particular body may move when a force is applied on the body. Yes, only one force is acting in horizontal direction or on the body, external force. That is why the body has got a tendency to move like this. Direction of possible motion of the body is direction of impending motion on the body is like this. Immediately once if you mark the direction of motion of the body, you mark the direction of frictional resistance. This is what the direction of frictional resistance. Is that okay? Direction of frictional resistance. Next is you mark all other force on the body. Yes, the normal reaction will act like this. Self weight of the body is acting in downward direction, this F2. I will draw the clear FBD of this block once again. Just see here, this is what the block is. In this block, the self weight is acting in the downward direction is equal to 50 into 9.81. I am applying the force inclined like this. This inclination is 45 degree. Is it all right? And frictional resistance is acting like this. This frictional resistance is related with the normal reaction. Here, just I'll denote this reaction as N2 because already I have used N1 here. You should not get confused with this N and this N. Both are normal reactions. Only the magnitudes of them may be different here and there. That is why I am calling it as, I am giving a different name for this one. And you know this value of FR2 is based on the value of N2. FR2 is equal to mu into N2. Means indirectly what I told you, the step to be done in case of the friction problem. First you mark the direction of impending motion, mark the direction of frictional resistance opposite to the direction of motion. That is the first step. Right? Then you mark the normal reaction and all other forces. Draw the free-body diagram of the member. It's all right. First you use Fy equal to 0. From that you get the value of N2. Next you apply the Fx equal to 0. Then whatever the force is needed to you, you can get that one. In this case, Fr2, N2 and weight are acting in a horizontal and the vertical direction. But this F2 is not acting in horizontal or the vertical direction. That is why I need to cut this F2 into two parts, one in horizontal direction, other in the vertical direction. Therefore, the value of F2 in horizontal direction, the value of F2 in horizontal direction will become F2 cos of 45. Observe the direction of it. F2 cos of 45, and here in vertical direction it comes downward, F2 sin of 45, right? F2 cos of 45, F2 sin of 45. Yes, friends, just see here how many unknowns are there. One is, what is the value of F2? F2, that he is asking the force needed to set this particular body in motion. And second, his total unknowns are, one is F2 and other one is the N2. These two are the unknowns in this, and you are having the two equations of equilibrium as the block is in equilibrium. Hence, you can find the required solution. What I suggested you is, first you go for the total of vertical forces is equal to 0. Total of vertical force is equal to 0. Total of the forces in y direction taken upward positive equal to 0. See, what are the force acting in y direction? One is 50 into 9.81 is coming down, minus 50 into 9.81. Yes, minus F2 sin of 45. Minus F2 sin of 45. Yes, plus N2 is equal to 0. Is that all right? Therefore, you can get the value of N2. From this, what is the value of N2? Simplify it. The value of N2. Yes, these two are negative. They will go on the other side. 50 into 9.81 plus 0.707 F2. You got the value of N2. If N2 is known, can you get a value of FR2? FR2 is equal to, what is the value of frictional resistance? FR2 is equal to normal reaction multiplied by coefficient of friction. Normal reaction is N2 and coefficient of friction is mu. Coefficient of friction he has given it as 0.25 multiplied by normal reaction is N2. Yes, this will give me 0.25 into N2 is known to you. That is 50 into 9.81 plus 0.707 F2 plus 0.707 F2, right? So friends, FR2 is known to you. Now you go for total of the force in horizontal direction is equal to 0. Total of the forces in horizontal direction is equal to 0. Total of force in horizontal direction taken positive equal to 0. Total of the force in horizontal direction taken positive equal to 0. Yes, in horizontal direction, what are the force acting in horizontal direction? The forces acting in horizontal direction are, one is F2 cos of 45 is towards left negative, minus F2 cos of 45, yes, plus FR2. FR2 is known to you here, plus FR2 equal to 0. Yes, in this equation FR2 is known to you. Substitute the value of FR2 here. Therefore, you are going to get is equal to minus F2 cos of 45 into this FR2, this value you substitute here. Yes, plus 0.25 into 50 into 9.81 plus 0.707 F2. In the whole equation, only unknown is the value of F2. Hence, you calculate for the F2. F2 comes out to be, the value of F2 comes out to be 231.21 Newton. Friends, just see here what we have analyzed, what is our conclusion, something like that. The block is same, the surface is same, frictional resistance is same. Once you are applying the horizontal direction force, Once if you are applying the force in the horizontal direction, you need to apply a force on it is equal to 122.62 Newton. On the same block, if you are applying the force in inclined direction on the body, that time you need to apply the force on the body is equal to 231.21. Indirectly, when you are applying the force like this on the body, it requires more force to set it in motion. Common sense. What is the reason? Usually you are saying, whenever you have been asked to drag a heavy body, usually what you are doing, either you are applying the force in horizontal direction, or you are applying the force on the body inclined, something like this. But you will never apply force on the body. You will pull it, you won't push it when you need to move it. What is the reason for that? That also you are studying in case 3. In case 3, what he is saying is just here. In the case 3, what he's asking you to calculate here is the same block is there, is resting on the same horizontal surface, right? Now its mass is given to you. The mass of the body is given as 50 kg. Now he is applying the force at the same point. Earlier he applied in the horizontal direction. Afterwards he has applied the force on it, on the body inclined at 45 degree on the body. Now he is dragging with a force of this much to set it in motion. This is what the force F3. He is asking you to calculate what may be the force needed to set the body if you are applying the force F3 like this. Is it all right? So the body of mass is equal to 50 kg, frictional resistance is equal to 0.25, coefficient of frictional resistance. Is it all right? Now he is asking what is the value of F3 needed to set the body in motion. Friends, what I told you, the very first step that you need to consider in solving the problem is, first you decide, because of the net force acting on the body, in what way the body may move. In what way the body will move in this particular case? The body will move as you are applying the force like this. First you mark the direction of the impending motion, in what way the body may move. Next, once if you mark the direction of impending motion, immediately you mark the frictional resistance opposite to the direction of motion. This is what the frictional resistance acting on the body. Is it all right? This frictional resistance is dependent on the force acting normal to the surface. That for time being I'll call it as N3. The third case I am taking, that is why I am indicating it N3. Is it all right? So he is asking you what is the value of F3. I hope the pre-body diagram of the block is clear to you. You are in a position to draw. So what are the steps involved? First, mark the direction of impending motion. Next, you mark the frictional resistance. Next, you draw the pre-body diagram of that particular block. How it appears in the pre-body diagram? It will appear something like this. Yes, the self weight is acting in a downward direction. That is equal to 50 into 9.81. Next, the normal reaction is acting in upward direction, N3. It is perpendicular to the surface. Third one, as you are applying the force F3 on the body like this, you are applying the force F3 on the body like this. Yes, frictional resistance is developed opposite to the direction of motion. What else? Self weight is marked, the force acting on the body is marked, and frictional resistance is marked. All other forces are marked on the body. Therefore, this will become the FBD. In this FBD, he is asking you to calculate the value of F3 so that the body will be set in motion. Just see the pre-body diagram and tell me or guess what may be the total number of unknowns. How many total number of unknowns are there? One is yes F3 and one more is N3. Two unknowns are there and two equations of equilibrium are there with me. Hence I can solve the problem. Yes, for that you cut this F3. Bring all the forces in X and Y direction. This F3 I can bring it in. All other forces are in my X and Y directions. Only this F3 is not there in my X, Y direction. That is why you bring it in X and Y direction. F3 cos of 45. F3 cos of 45 and F3 sin of 45. Yes, any doubt in marking the pre-body diagram? Once this is over, as I told you, first you go for applying the equations of equilibrium. First you go for total of forces in horizontal direction. Vertical direction is equal to 0. Total of forces in the, say, the y direction, x direction and y direction. Total of the forces in y direction is equal to 0. Then the total of the forces in x direction is equal to 0. Go for total of the forces in y direction. Sum of forces taken upward positive in y direction is equal to 0. Yes. See how many, what are all the forces acting in y direction? Here the three forces are there. One is N3, one more is 15 to 9.81, one more is F3 sin of 45. Yes, 50 sin of 9.81 is acting down and N3 is acting up positive. N3 plus F3 cos of 45 minus 50 into 9.81. From this, you will get the value of N3 normal reaction in terms of F3. N3 is equal to 0.707 into F3. N3 I want. N3 is equal to 0.707 into F3. That is actually it becomes negative plus 50 into 9.81. What is the next step? Once the N3 is known to you, you are going for what is the value of FR3. FR3 is equal to, yes, FR is equal to frictional resistance. FR is equal to what? The normal reaction multiplied by coefficient of friction. Yes, FR is equal to mu normal coefficient of friction multiplied by the normal reaction. He has given the mu as 0.25. Yes, and N3 is known to us 0.707 with negative sign here. 0.707 into F3 plus 50 into 9.81. Yes, that is what the FR is. Now all the forces acting on the body are known to me. One more equation is left with me. You just apply that particular equation to get the required solution. Total of the forces in x direction taken positive like this is equal to 0. What are the forces acting in x direction? One is the FR and FR is going like this. That is why it is negative minus 0.25 into bracket minus 0.707 F3 plus 50 into 9.81. Yes, what is left out now? And one more force is acting like this plus 0.707 into F3, that is F3 cos of 45. Total I want equal to 0. Solve this particular equation for F3. You will get the force F3 needed to set the body in motion. Force F3 needed to set the body in motion is 138.66 Newton. 138.66 Newton. 138.66 Newton. Just to summarize the problem, what I can say is he has given the three cases to you. One case, the force is acting horizontal. it requires the minimum force to set the body in motion, that is equal to 122.62. Yes, in the second case, the force needed happens to be the maximum, that is 231.21 Newton. Can you guess what may be the reason for that one? One component of the F2 is adding to the normal reaction. It is increasing the normal reaction. That is why frictional resistance is increasing. And the some component of the F2 is reduced here. Force which is setting the body in motion is reduced here. That is why here it requires the maximum force to set the body in motion. And in the last case, yes, we shall go for one more numerical. Yes, the problem is like this. A body mass MA is resting on horizontal surface and is connected to a body of mass MB as shown in the figure. This is one of the question from VTU question paper. It's all right. As shown in the figure, he is asking you determine the minimum mass of MB to set the system in motion.